First up, tell me a little bit about your role and what you do.
I'm the Chief Financial Officer at Pinnacle Renewable Energy. So in this role, I've worked very closely with our CEO when we did the initial public offering for the company in February. So spent lots of time with the board of directors and with potential investors and our existing shareholders.
What is it that interests you in the energy space?
I became interested in the energy space when I think about all of the challenges that global warming has caused. I look at in my lifetime some of the things that have happened. In the last 2 years, BC, where we're based, has had 2 of the worst forest fire seasons in history. We look at the intense heat waves that we've had throughout certainly Eastern Canada, Europe, and the drought and devastation that they've caused. I just see a lot of challenges, and I'd really like to make sure that I do what I can to be part of the change.
How optimistic are you about that change?
I see a lot of positive things that are happening, things that individuals and countries are doing, but then I also see some of the intense collaboration that's necessary, and right now is not a great time for global collaboration.
So in all of our interviews, we always chat about moving the dial, and for pretty much everybody who's reached a certain level of success, there's always been that one story about someone who moved the dial for you. Who's that person for you?
That's pretty easy. There's a fellow named Jim Fletcher, and he's a Vancouver-based entrepreneur, philanthropist, very bright guy. And pretty early on in my career, I noticed that he's somebody that really helped women achieve different levels of success. And that wasn't just out of good-heartedness, and he's a great guy, but a lot of it was that he really saw the talent shortage, and he saw good people that were more available than perhaps some guys of the same level of talent. So being the entrepreneurial fellow he was good at promoting women into CFO and CEO roles. So I was 8 months pregnant with my second daughter, and he hired me into a new role. And his question wasn't, well, what makes you think you're going to be able to do this? He had confidence that I could. He asked me if I wanted it and how I would do it. We worked together very closely and successfully achieved some pretty audacious goals within that company. And then he recommended that I get into the energy space. So I see that he really helped move the dial in helping me see good potential in people and also getting me into energy.
How do you pass that on? How do you move the dial for other women in the industry?
I try to pass on and do what Jim showed me, and that's making sure that I hire the best people and give them opportunities in the role, regardless of gender, race, or any other differences that we might see. And when they're working with me, I hope to give them good opportunities in the workplace, make sure that others hear about them, and whether they continue their career with me or with others, that they're able to achieve what they want to. And I can think of a couple of women in particular that I've worked with over the years that have resonated with me. And they both started out, they'd taken non-traditional roles to where they were in their careers, and they didn't have a lot of confidence that they could be a senior leader. And I showed them what I felt they were capable of and gave them opportunities. And now they're both senior leaders. And I'd like to think that I had something to do with that by inspiring them with confidence.
How do you think we inspire the next generation of girls who will eventually be women with that same confidence to be able to achieve their goals in business?
I have 2 daughters, and they're both studying engineering in university now. And I guess I did what my dad did with me when I was younger. And that's, he didn't think that math was hard or wasn't for girls. He made sure and gave me the same time and attention on things that interested me. And we never said never.